Good evening. This is All India Radio. I'm Anuja Kumar and with me is R.S. Raghu with the evening news. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi participates in second Global COVID Virtual Summit, emphasizes need for coordinated global response to combat future health emergencies. Prime Minister addresses Utkarsh Samaroh in Bharuch district of Gujarat virtually, terms the event a testimony of fruitful results of the government's sincere efforts. Atmanirbhar Bharat package to fight COVID-19 pandemic in the country completes 2 years. President Ramnath Kovind appoints Rajiv Kumar as Chief Election Commissioner of ECI. Poll schedule announced for biennial election for 57 Rajya Sabha seats from 15 states. Indian Air Force successfully fires extended range version of BrahMos missile from Sukhoi 30 MKI. United National Party leader Ranil Wickremesinghe takes oath as Prime Minister of Sri Lanka. Information and Broadcasting Ministry releases lineup of films that will be screened at Cannes Film Festival. International Nurses Day being celebrated to mark the contribution made by nurses, and in IPL cricket, Chennai Super Kings take on Mumbai Indians in Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has stressed that coordinated global response is required to combat future health emergencies. He participated in the second Global COVID Virtual Summit this evening at the invitation of the US President Joseph Biden. The Prime Minister delivered his address in the opening session of the summit on the theme Preventing Pandemic Fatigue and Prioritizing Preparedness.
The COVID pandemic continues to disrupt lives, supply chains, and test the resilience of open societies. In India, we adopted a people-centric strategy against the pandemic. We have made the highest ever allocation to our annual healthcare budget. Our vaccination program is the largest in the world. We have fully vaccinated almost 90% of the adult population and more than 50 million children. India manufactures 4 WHO-approved vaccines and has the capacity to produce 5 billion doses this year.
Highlighting India's capability to tackle the pandemic, the Prime Minister said country has developed low-cost mitigation technologies for testing and treatment. He said India manufactures 4 World Health Organization's approved vaccines.
We must build a resilient global supply chain and enable equitable access to vaccines and medicines. WTO rules, particularly TRIPS, need to be more flexible. WHO must be reformed and strengthened to build a more resilient global health security architecture. We also call for streamlining WHO's approval process for vaccines and therapeutics to keep supply chains stable and predictable. As a responsible member of the global community, India is ready to play a key role in these efforts.
Prime Minister Modi said India has supplied over 200 million doses over 98 countries.
We supplied over 200 million doses to 98 countries bilaterally and through COVAX. India has developed low-cost COVID mitigation technologies for testing, treating, and data management. We have offered these capabilities to other countries. India's Genomics Consortium has contributed significantly to the global database on the virus. I am happy to share that we will extend this network to countries in our neighborhood.
Secretary General of the United Nations, Director General of World Health Organization, and other dignitaries also participated in the summit.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi today virtually addressed Utkarsh Samaroh held at Bharuch in Gujarat. The program was organized to mark the celebration of 100% saturation of 4 key schemes of the state government in the district. These schemes will help in providing timely financial assistance to those in need. Speaking on the occasion through video conferencing, the Prime Minister said the Samaroh is a testimony to the fact that when the government sincerely reaches out to the beneficiaries with the resolution, it brings fruitful results. He congratulated the Bharuch district administration and the Gujarat government for 100% saturation of the 4 schemes related to social security. Mr. Modi said that almost half of the country's population was deprived of toilets, vaccination, electricity connection and bank account facility when his government came to power in 2014. Prime Minister Modi also interacted with beneficiaries of various schemes.
और आपके बेटियों को पढ़ाते हो?
हाँ, बेटियां पढ़ती है। एक 12 कक्षा में, एक 8वीं कक्षा में, एक पहली कक्षा में। पहली कक्षा में जो लड़की अगले साल मैंने उसका भर्ती किया है, तो उसी के अनुसार उसका सिलेक्शन हो गया, तो उसका 1 से 8 साल तक सरकार उसको पढ़ाई कराएंगे।
अरे वाह। और बाकी 2 बेटियां जो 12वीं वगैरह में पढ़ती हैं, उनका कैसा है पढ़ने में?
वो दोनों लड़कियों को भी स्कॉलरशिप मिल रहा है हर साल। जब से आप आए हैं सरकार में, तब से स्कॉलरशिप मिल रहा है।
कितना स्कॉलरशिप मिलता है?
वो उनको बड़ी लड़की को 10,000 रुपया और छोटी लड़की को 8,000 रुपया।
तो इन बेटियों ने क्या सोचा है, क्या पढ़ करके क्या करना चाहती है?
ये बड़ी लड़की का अभी रिजल्ट आया है, अभी 10 बजे वो 80% आया है, वो डॉक्टर बनना चाहती है।
डॉक्टर बनना चाहती है?
हाँ जी।
आलिया।
अच्छा बेटा, बताइए डॉक्टर बनने का मन विचार आया?
पापा की प्रॉब्लम को देखकर।
वो थोड़ा भावुक हो गए तो वो नहीं बोल सकेगी सर जी।
ऐसा है, बेटी तुम्हारी जो संवेदना है ना, वही तुम्हारी ताकत है। अच्छा देखिए, ये बेटियों का सपना पूरा करना।
हाँ जी सर जी।
हाँ, और कुछ कठिनाई हो तो मुझे भी बताना।
Mr. Modi asked about the difficulties faced by women and also made several suggestions for their betterment. A group of elderly widows presented a big Rakhi to the Prime Minister. Mr. Modi termed the Rakhi as their blessings. Gujarat Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel distributed the benefits of various welfare schemes to the people on the occasion. Senior ministers of Gujarat government and state BJP President C.R. Patel were also present. Bharuch district administration carried out Utkarsh initiative drive to ensure complete coverage of the schemes, namely Ganga Swarup Ardhik Sahay Yojana, Indira Gandhi Vriddh Sahay Yojana, Niradhar Vriddh Arthik Sahay Yojana, and Rashtriya Kutumb Sahay Yojana. The schemes provide assistance to widows, elderly and destitute citizens. A total of 12,854 beneficiaries were identified across these 4 schemes.
Atmanirbhar Bharat package to fight COVID-19 pandemic in India has completed 2 years today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi had announced the special economic and comprehensive package of 20 lakh crore rupees on the 12th of May 2020. This was equivalent to 10% of India's GDP. The Prime Minister gave a clarion call for Atmanirbhar Bharat or Self-Reliant India movement. He also outlined 5 pillars of Atmanirbhar Bharat, that is economy, infrastructure, system, vibrant demography and demand. Following the Prime Minister's call, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman laid down the details of the Atmanirbhar Bharat package in a string of press conferences from the 13th to the 17th of May 2020. Indian citizens and students travelling overseas can now take the precaution dose of COVID vaccine as required by the guidelines of the destination country. In a tweet, Union Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia said this new facility will be available soon on the CoWIN portal. More than 190 crore 83 lakh COVID vaccine doses have been administered in the country so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. India's active caseload currently stands at 19,067. The recovery rate is currently at 98.74%. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will launch the Madhya Pradesh Startup Policy tomorrow via video conferencing. Mr. Modi will address the startup community during the Madhya Pradesh Startup Conclave being held in Indore. He will also launch the Madhya Pradesh Startup Portal, which will facilitate and help promote the startup ecosystem. The Madhya Pradesh Startup Conclave will witness participation of various pillars of the startup ecosystem, including policymakers from government and private sectors, innovators, entrepreneurs, academicians, investors, mentors, and other stakeholders. President Ramnath Kovind has appointed Rajiv Kumar as the Chief Election Commissioner of the Election Commission of India. Rajiv Kumar will assume the charge of office of the Chief Election Commissioner with effect from 15th of May. Sushil Chandra will demit the office of the Chief Election Commissioner on the 14th of this month. The Election Commission today announced the poll schedule for biennial elections for 57 Rajya Sabha seats from 15 states. These states include Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Odisha, Punjab, Rajasthan, Telangana, Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh. Notification for the election will be issued on the 24th of May, and the last date of nomination for these seats will be 31st of this month. Polling will be held on 10th of June, and counting of votes will be taken up on the same day. Some of the prominent members who are retiring from Rajya Sabha include Union Ministers Nirmala Sitharaman, Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi, Piyush Goyal, Ramchandra Prasad Singh, senior Congress leaders P. Chidambaram, Jairam Ramesh, Kapil Sibal, Ambika Soni, NCP leader Prafulla Patel, and Sanjay Raut of Shiv Sena. The term of these members is due to expire between June to August this year.
Road Transport and Highways Minister Nitin Gadkari has said the government under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi is committed to expanding the national highways network across the country with an aim of constructing 18,000 kilometers in this fiscal year at a record speed of 50 kilometers per day. In a tweet today, Mr. Gadkari said the overall target is to develop 2 lakh kilometers of national highway network by 2025. He said constructing world-class road infrastructure in time-bound and target-oriented way is essential as road infrastructure is the Atma of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Extended range version of BrahMos air-launched missile successfully fired from Sukhoi 30 MKI fighter aircraft today. The missile achieved a direct hit on the designated target in the Bay of Bengal region. Defense Ministry said it was the first launch of extended range version of BrahMos missile from Sukhoi 30 MKI aircraft. With this, the Indian Air Force has achieved the capability to carry out precision strikes from Sukhoi 30 MKI aircraft. The extended range capability of the missile coupled with the high performance of the Sukhoi 30 MKI aircraft gives the IAF a strategic reach and allows it to dominate the future battlefields. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal said that India was considering entering into a preferential trade agreement PTA with Oman. He was speaking at the 10th meeting of India-Oman Joint Business Council in New Delhi. The minister stressed on the need for a significant increase in business-to-business engagement between India and Oman. The minister expressed confidence that the potential for trade will be finally tapped between India and Oman in the near future. Mr. Goyal urged India-Oman Joint Business Council to supplement the efforts of governments of both the countries to further deepen bilateral engagement.
Let's not leave any stone unturned, whether it's security, whether it's sustainability, whether it's powering new businesses, whether it's startups, in every which way. These are two countries that can work together, that can really help improve the lives of 1 billion plus people in India, the 5-6 million people in Oman.
You are listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi participates in second Global COVID Virtual Summit, emphasizes need for coordinated global response to combat future health emergencies. Prime Minister addresses Utkarsh Samaroh in Bharuch district of Gujarat virtually, terms the event a testimony of fruitful results of the government's sincere efforts. Atmanirbhar Bharat package to fight COVID-19 pandemic in the country completes 2 years. President Ramnath Kovind appoints Rajiv Kumar as Chief Election Commissioner of ECI. Poll schedule announced for biennial elections for 57 Rajya Sabha seats from 15 states. Indian Air Force successfully fires extended range versions of BrahMos missile from Sukhoi 30 MKI. United National Party leader Ranil Wickremesinghe takes oath as Prime Minister of Sri Lanka. Information and Broadcasting Ministry releases lineup of films that will be screened at Cannes Film Festival. International Nurses Day being celebrated to mark the contribution made by nurses. And in IPL cricket, Chennai Super Kings take on Mumbai Indians in Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
कंपटीशन की अगर आप कर रहे हैं तैयारी तो उनके लिए ऑल इंडिया रेडियो पर हम लाए हैं अभ्यास एक ऐसा कार्यक्रम जिसमें आप पूछेंगे सवाल व्हाट्सएप नंबर 9289094044 पर या फिर ईमेल करेंगे abhyas.airnews@gmail.com पर और हमारे विशेषज्ञ देंगे इसका जवाब। आपका अभ्यास हमारा प्रयास।
अपने बिजनेस को बढ़ाने के लिए लीजिए आकाशवाणी का सहयोग और दीजिए उसे बुलंदियों के पंख।
आपका बिजनेस लोकल है या राष्ट्रीय, आकाशवाणी देती है उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का हर विकल्प।
और अब तो आप घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे कर सकते हैं आकाशवाणी के किसी भी केंद्र के लिए विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग।
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न चैनलों पर विज्ञापन देना सुलभ और सस्ता।
बुकिंग है तो संपर्क करें 8700014242 पर
8700014242।
Welcome back to the evening news on All India Radio. Five-time former Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe took oaths once again as the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka today. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa administered the oath to the United National Party leader at a ceremony held in the President's office in Colombo. The President's brother, Mahida Rajapaksa, resigned as the Prime Minister on Monday following violent attacks by supporters on peaceful anti-government protesters. His resignation automatically dissolved the cabinet, leaving an administrative vacuum. Mr. Wickremesinghe has been reappointed in an effort to bring stability to the island nation engulfed in a political and economic crisis. The President's selection of 73-year-old Wickremesinghe is seen as an attempt to end violence triggered by the crisis and restore international credibility. The government is negotiating a bailout package with the International Monetary Fund. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will pay an official visit to Lumbini on 16th of this month on the occasion of Buddha Purnima at the invitation of his Nepal counterpart, Sher Bahadur Deuba. This will be Prime Minister's fifth visit to Nepal since 2014. At Lumbini, Prime Minister will visit the sacred Maya Devi temple to offer prayers. He will also deliver an address at a Buddha Jayanti event organized by the Lumbini Development Trust under the aegis of the Government of Nepal. Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare and the United Nations Development Programme have signed a Memorandum of Understanding wherein UNDP will provide technical support towards Centre's aspirational Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana scheme PMFBY and Kisan Credit Card Modified Interest Subvention Scheme. Under the MOU, UNDP will leverage its expertise in systems and global know-how for supporting the Ministry of Agriculture for the implementation of combined agriculture credit and crop insurance. The MOU was signed in the presence of Union Minister of Agriculture Narendra Singh Tomar by Chief Executive Officer of PMFBY Ritesh Chauhan and UNDP Resident Representative Shoko Noda.
Gradual and steady recovery in private consumption and robust exports have induced a healthy investment environment in the Indian economy. The economy is witnessing healthy investment despite the headwinds emerging from global geopolitical developments and inflationary pressures. This was stated in the monthly economic review report for April 2022 by the Ministry of Finance. It said strong recovery in economic activity further assisted growth of employment opportunities. The ministry said IMF World Economic Outlook has projected India to be the fastest growing economy at 8.2% in the financial year 2022 and 6.9% in the financial year 2023. Information and Broadcasting Ministry today released the lineup of films that will be screened at Cannes Film Festival. The lineup includes the world premiere of R. Madhavan starrer Rocketry, The Nambi Effect. Rocketry, The Nambi Effect will be premiered at Palais K. The other movies will be screened at the Olympia Theatre. The movies to be screened at the 75th edition of the film festival include Marathi film Godavari, Mishing language film Boomba Ride, Hindi and Marathi film Dhui, Malayalam film Tree Full of Parrots and Hindi film Alpha Beta And now let us listen to our special program, Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव।
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a Nation.
India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle every day.
महाराष्ट्राच्या भूमीला पुणे प्रांतात चिंचवडला वंदन चापेकर बंधूंना
In today's episode, we remember the revolutionary freedom fighter Balkrishna Haristapekar, who was martyred on the 12th of May, 1899. Balkrishna, along with his brothers Damodar Haristapekar and Vasudev Haristapekar, popularly known as the Sapekar brothers, and accomplices Mahadev Ranade and Sathe, assassinated British official W.C. Rand and his military escort on the 22nd of June, 1897.
सेनापती रँड बेदरकार लोकांवर जुलूम अत्याचार दुष्ट नीतीचं होत सरकार
Balkrishna was born in Pune, Maharashtra in 1873. The passionate speeches of Bal Gangadhar Tilak stirred up a strong feeling of nationalism in him. When the bubonic plague hit India in 1896-97, the government set up a special plague committee for managing the pandemic. The British Plague Commissioner, W.C. Rand, unleashed a reign of terror in the name of fighting the epidemic through atrocities over quarantines, segregation camps, and plague hospitals. He ordered indiscriminate burning of properties, violated private domains, and committed outrages on women.
या ब्रिटिश धर्मांतराविरुद्ध सशस्त्र क्रांती करायची. ब्रिटिश सरकारने त्यांच्या पोलिसांच्या मनात दहशत बसवली पाहिजे.
The Sapekar brothers decided to kill Rand to free Pune from his terror. On the 22nd of June 1897, the Diamond Jubilee of the coronation of Queen Victoria was celebrated in Pune. As planned, Damodar Hari waited at the gate of the government house, and as Rand's carriage emerged, he ran 10 to 15 paces behind it. As the carriage reached the yellow bungalow, Damodar made up the distance and called out, "Gondia ala re," a predetermined signal for Balakrishna to take action.
आंखें खोलो और असली दुश्मन को पहचानो.
Damodar Hari undid the flap of the carriage, raised it, and fired at Rand, who succumbed to his injuries on the 3rd of July, 1897. Balakrishna shot Rand's military escort, Lieutenant Ayerst, who died on the spot.
The Sapekar brothers, Mahadev Ranade and Sathe, were caught. Damodar Sapekar was martyred on the 18th of April, 1898. Vasudev Hari on the 8th of May, 1899. Mahadev Vinayak Ranade on the 10th of May, 1899, and Balkrishna Hari on the 12th of May, 1899. Sathe, though a juvenile, was sentenced to 10 years rigorous imprisonment. We salute the great freedom fighter.
To remember freedom fighter Rosamma Punnus, who was born on the 12th of May 1913 at Kanjirapalli, Kerala, younger sister of the famous freedom fighter Akkamacharian, popularly known as the Jhansi Rani of Travancore. Rosamma was active in the freedom movement and was jailed for about 3 years.
After independence, Rosamma joined politics and became the first person to be sworn in as a member of the Kerala Legislative Assembly. Punnus was also the first pro tem speaker of the Kerala Legislative Assembly. She had also served as the president of the Kerala Mahila Sangham and chairperson of the Plantation Corporation.
In 1987, she was elected to the state legislature from Alappuzha, and till stepping down as a member of the Kerala Women's Commission in 1998, she was active in the political and social spheres of the state.
Rosamma Punnus died on the 28th of December 2013. We pay tribute to the great Indian.
We remember freedom fighter Banamali Ghasi, who died on the 12th of May 1943. A resident of Koraput, Odisha, Ghasi was involved in the non-cooperation and civil disobedience movements. He took active part in the Quit India movement in Odisha in response to the nationwide call of Mahatma Gandhi. Banamali Ghasi, with other agitators, was arrested and detained in the Navrangpur jail.
There, he contracted a severe disease due to the adverse unhygienic living conditions and lack of medical care. Under these circumstances, he and other political prisoners were shifted to Koraput district jail, where Banamali Ghasi died on the 12th of May 1943. We salute the great martyr.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
FSSAI has launched Food Safety Connect app for food business operators and consumers. Download this app from Google Play Store and easily apply for FSSAI registration. Consumer can use this app to register food-related complaints. At the stock market, the Sensex at the Bombay Stock Exchange tanked 1,158 points or 2.1% to trade at 52,930 today. The Nifty at the National Stock Exchange slumped 359 points or 2.2% to 15,808.
Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw today flagged off the Jaipur-Delhi Sarai Rohilla Jaipur Scenic Express via video conferencing. The train number 14021 and 14022 Scenic Express is now extended to Delhi Junction with increased frequency from tri-weekly to daily. Today is International Nurses Day. This day is celebrated worldwide on 12th of May to mark the contribution made by nurses to the society in the healthcare setup and in the community. The day coincides with the birthday of Florence Nightingale, the founder of modern nursing. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has appreciated the role of nurses for their vital role in keeping the planet healthy. In IPL cricket, Chennai Super Kings were 86 for 9 in 14.4 overs against Mumbai Indians at Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai when reports last came in. Earlier, Mumbai Indians won the toss and opted to field first. In boxing, India's Anamika punched out Romania's Eugenia Angel 5-0 today in the round of 32 at the 12th edition of the IBA Women's World Boxing Championships in Istanbul. Now let us have a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. National capital Delhi will experience a heat wave. Mumbai will have mainly clear sky. Chennai to have generally cloudy sky with light rain. Kolkata will have partly cloudy sky with possibility of development of thunder lightning. Srinagar will have mainly clear sky becoming partly cloudy. And in Jammu and Leh, sky will be mainly clear. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi participates in second Global COVID Virtual Summit, emphasizes need for coordinated global response to combat future health emergencies. Prime Minister addresses Utkarsh Samaroh in Bharuch district of Gujarat virtually, terms the event a testimony of fruitful results of the government's sincere efforts. Atmanirbhar Bharat package to fight COVID-19 pandemic in the country completes 2 years. President Ramnath Kovind appoints Rajiv Kumar as Chief Election Commissioner of ECI. Poll schedule announced for biennial election for 57 Rajya Sabha seats from 15 states. Indian Air Force successfully fires extended range version of BrahMos missile from Sukhoi 30 MKI. United National Party leader Ranil Wickremesinghe takes oath as Prime Minister of Sri Lanka. Information and Broadcasting Ministry releases lineup of films that will be screened at Cannes Film Festival. International Nurses Day being celebrated to mark the contribution made by nurses. And in IPL cricket, Chennai Super Kings take on Mumbai Indians in Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. And with that, we end the evening news. Good night.